Conferences are great. They're a chance to make friends, build working relationships, meet people from around the world, find out what's going on in your research field. There's so many positives. But it is worth going into conferences with a plan. And what do you want to get out of this event? Because conferences have a great deal to offer. Perhaps the most obvious is if you're giving an academic paper or, who knows, a keynote. This is a chance for you to showcase your research, to receive feedback, and hopefully people will be talking about the paper you gave even after the session, thereby enhancing your reputation. Great. But there are plenty of other things you can do as well. And something that's really important is networking. Now, I am aware that some people do not find networking easy. But in essence, all you have to do in order to network is to engage someone in conversation, and I find at least, just ask them about their research. What are you doing? What are you doing next? What book are you working on? And normally, being academics, they'll be very happy to tell you. Now, as they're walking through what they're doing and talking about all these various schemes and projects they're involved with, I find it helpful to be thinking to myself, is this someone I would like to work with? And if the answer to that is yes, what you could begin to think about is ways that you could add to their project or complement it in some way, or perhaps something that you could work on together perhaps. But the more you can find out about what someone is doing and what they have in their gift, the more you can think about ways that you can open up opportunities for yourself through cooperating with that person, which can be a real positive. Now, another group of people who often attend conferences are publishers. And publishers, again, they have a lot to offer. The problem with conference publishers is that often they're very hard to engage in conversation because normally they're besieged by lots of other people who also want to talk to them. So one way of handling this is perhaps to find a conference session which actually you're not that interested in the papers that are being given in that session. So you can duck out, and when it's quieter, perhaps go and find the publisher and have a chat to them if they're next to their stall or something like that. And that's a good way to introduce yourself, but also be aware of what publishers have to offer. Publishers publish books, and so you could talk to the publisher about your own research, and perhaps they might express an interest in what you're doing and even encourage you, either then or in the fullness of time, to submit a book proposal. If you're interested in reviewing some of the books the publisher has released, there too, you could ask them if it would be possible to send you a review copy of a book or two that you would like to read. Another possible opportunity. And again, this is normally once you've established a relationship more with the publisher, you've met them on several occasions perhaps, but you could offer yourself as a reviewer to the publisher. So for a fee, you would then read a manuscript or book proposal for that publisher, which would then form part of the editorial process of offering that book a contract or bringing it to publication. But again, if you're interested in doing that, having a good rapport with a publisher can be very helpful. But I think more than anything else, conferences can be very helpful for breaking down imposter syndrome. When you're just researching by yourself or in a small team and you read these books by these mighty and eminent people in your field, it's very easy to feel intimidated. But actually at conferences, when you speak to these people, perhaps you're sitting next to them at a conference meal or something like that, you see that they're human beings, they've got families, they've got lives, and it helps to break down that sense of here's me down here and there they are up at Olympus or something like that. It humanizes them, and it reminds you that we're all human beings, we're all doing our best to study our particular research field, and that hopefully will help to level the playing field a bit. It's very hard to feel intimidated by a scholar when you've seen them dance in the Macarena at the conference disco. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful, but do think about how you want to use conferences to build your own career and your own aspirations.